perform, the contract and said, well, this is your after contract, and we want to make sure that you get your money from after. I'm like, oh, after deals in publishing, everybody know, you get paid for performing. I said, what do you mean for performing? They're like, well, when you get on stage and you perform your song, you get paid for it. I'm like, when the TV pays you to perform your song? They're like, yeah, everybody that performs on TV gets paid. I'm like, wow. Like, is there something like this in like when I perform on the radio? Like, does that work too? Like, well, no, it's just a TV thing right now. I was like, wow, that's interesting. So, I didn't really think about it initially, but then, I watch more TV and I see more people performing on TV, and thanks to people like Jimmy Kimmel and Conan O'Brien and Carson Daly, there's a lot of up-and-coming artists who are getting exposure and getting the opportunity to perform their music to millions of people. And, thanks to one of the unions like after, they're getting paid for it. But when these artists try to break into radio, performing their music, they're not getting paid for performance rights. And, like she said, this is just about, the average artist. The average artist, recording artist, is not a millionaire. The average recording artist is not featured on Crib. If you notice, they only do about 8 episodes of Crib a year because it's about how many people there are with big, nice houses in the industry. And, as it gets further along, they got to start calling up race car drivers and movie stars and all because, that's the grim reality that they don't want to let you know, is that there are instances where the artist is compromised for his art and he's not being compensated. Now, thanks to this wonderful Performance Rights Act, artists are getting a chance to get, a few pennies. As we said, for some of these smaller stations, it's only going to be $500 if it is $500. But you would be surprised how far those pennies go. I don't know if any of you in here have ever had a piggy bank before. But as you continue to put pennies and nickels and dimes into a piggy bank, eventually over time, it becomes real money. And that's what this is. It's just about artists wanting what, they've worked for. They put their life, their sweat, their blood, their tears, their passion, and everything into their music. And all they're asking for are their pennies. You know what I'm saying? For an up-and-coming artist, it's not a lot of money involved. Most of them stay on the road touring, performing, getting paid to perform. Because that's how we eat. That's how we maintain ourselves. And it's true. For Elton John, he may not miss that money. But how many artists out there really live like Elton John? I've been doing it for close to 20 years. If I have 1/500 of the earning power of Elton John, I think I've done pretty good. And there are a lot of artists, who are under me, so to speak, on the totem pole as far as pay is concerned. So I just want to take a stand, and like I say again, there is a potential that I'm putting myself on the chopping block. I'm in the studio right now, recording an album. At some point, I'm going to have to service this album to radio stations, Radio 1, and all these different people. And because of the fact that I'm taking a stand for performance rights, I'm not sure how much support I'm going to get. But the beautiful thing is that with new media now, artists are getting a chance to be exposed to people outside of terrestrial radio. We have the internet, we have satellite radio, and many different outlets to get our music to people. But there's still radio there. We still, would love to have radio support. I don't think there's an artist who just, is flatly against radio. We just want what's right, and now that we know that, this is a special situation that they've been, working with Congress for years and years to keep artists away from these.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right, ETA? Okay.